out, Avery Bradley's out, Tyler Zeller's out, Amir Johnson sprained his ankle in the first half yesterday, he's out, and then Jaylen Brown twisted his ankle, sprained his ankle Monday in practice, or what day was that? Is that Monday? Yeah. And then played, felt pretty good, but aggravated it, was sore today, so he's out. So those guys are out.
Who do you have in your
So who do we have in? I'm 99% sure which way I'm going to go. I think we're going to go with Jordan Mickey without.
What went into that?
Keeping the second unit where it is, and I like where Jordan is with regard to how he can impact with that first unit, rolling to the rim and rebounding and defending and those types of things.
Let's start with Avery. You were hopeful that he would be able to play tonight. Has there been improvement?
He worked out yesterday, woke up sore.
And then
that's my medical evaluation.
So that means that could put Friday down as well.
I have no idea. I have no idea what that means. How sore? I haven't asked any questions after I got out.
Do you have any idea the severity for Amir and
It sounds like Amir's was pretty swollen earlier today. I'd say that he's doubtful for the weekend. And Jaylen, I have not heard from a severity standpoint, but it wasn't made out to be quite as bad as Amir's, but he's sore today.
What have you seen from Jordan in practice, behind the scenes, that we haven't seen?
Well, I think the biggest thing is I've been around him for a year and a half. And so it's not just practice, it's watching him play and do individual workouts. It's the way he goes through walkthrough, it's his focus, attention to detail, and hey, we're gonna need everybody that's available to help us tonight. And so I think anytime that you get a chance, especially when you start talking about how we play with the first group, he's a good fit for that. Amir's largely rolling for us. Amir is defending in pick and roll, defending from a rebounding angle and everything else, and we're going to need that out of Mick.
Brad, is it more challenging keeping the minutes guys usually play, not attempting to play more significant when you're out?
You just play. I think I go in every game trying to think about the best way to get guys the appropriate amount of rest while still maintaining a good attack at all times on the court. We're going to be a little bit smaller in a lot of ways. I was thinking about, obviously you got Jay and Gerald, but basically the rest of the guys are 4s and 1s. And so you got a unique kind of positionless team, and so we're going to have to play in a very fluid flow type of game with that group.
What about them? They're playing so well. What's kind of the since the beginning of the season?
Yeah, I just think it's a continuity. I just think it's getting used to each other from a staff standpoint, from a player standpoint. This team's way too talented, way too good not to be a major factor when it's all said and done, and they're playing great. I think Scott's done a great job of putting in things that really showcase and enhance Wall and Beal, and then Porter's had a tremendous year, and their front court has always given us issues.
You played against a great backcourt last night. You're playing against another one tonight.
Welcome to the NBA.
You also have one yourself, but when Avery's healthy, how do you think your backcourt matches up with the other two?
I don't really look at it. I don't really get caught up in ranking guys or looking at their stats or anything else. I really like our guys. I love the way that they complement each other. I like what they do on the court, and I love their will to prepare and compete. Certainly as you get ready for games like this, you see the same thing out of these backcourts. You got to get ready for them. They're, Wall and Beal are special talents, and Wall's reigning player of the month, and Beal has really come on of late.
Brad, there's never a good time, but with this week and the opponents and facing Eastern Conference team, it's a tough time to be banged up.
No excuses from my standpoint. You got games to play. Let's play.
Coach, what did you like from Gerald Green's production last night?
I thought he did a lot of good things, but he's been pretty consistent with that ever since he started playing. Obviously, we're not asking him to be the guy with the ball a ton, but when he has it, to be a threat, and he's always a threat when he's got the ball.
rebounding has been a major issue for you guys all season. How much better can you get with the current roster, and do you need to beef that up from outside somehow?
It's a good question. I think from my standpoint, from my seat, I look at how can we block out a little bit better, how can we pursue the ball a little bit better, how can we rotate guys a little bit better to have better matchups, whatever the case may be. You know, do we need to switch more, even though we're switching a lot, because that keeps the ball in front of you and lets you block out at the very least. But, you know, I've said it all year, we're not going to win many rebounding battles. If we can manage it, then we have a chance to win. And nights like last night, you know, those are just exponentially more difficult to overcome because of the level of guard play that Bill referenced.
Do you extend minutes tonight, given that it's back to back?
I mean, we'll always, I trust all 10 guys that are available, I trust them to help us win.
Is that one of the things without Avery in the lineup that you do miss is his ability to rebound? He's pretty aggressive.
And score and defend, right? I mean,
Right.
he's averaging 18 a game, and he's one of the best perimeter defenders in the league. But certainly the rebounding at 7 a game is important. But again, that's anytime you have somebody out, you got to do what you do best, and collectively you got to make up for those stats. You know, we got to collectively make up for his 18 points. We got to collectively make up those 7 rebounds, and we got to find a way to be a little bit better perimeter defense. Although, you know, our first shot defense, even as I go throughout the year now, and I really started to break down where we are defensively and why we're there and everything else, our first shots that we're allowing, I feel pretty good about. We got to shore up the rebound.